What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Oh, yes. Always good to have some coffee and to have this nice conversations with amazing martial artists. And today, it's not an exception. We have again for the second time because we can't get enough of her. Yes. So today we have my good friend, actress, model, and Kenpo lady. Yes. Angela McNamee.
I love those intros, man. Yeah, I need you to be my publicist or something. I love it.
Oh yeah. We definitely do something like. Whoa. Yeah, I'm your fan, so
yeah,
that would be
thank you. Big fan of yours too, as you know.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Tummy's a little off today, so no coffee for me. I'm drinking kombucha this morning. So
that's good. That's fine. We can say kombucha and martial arts show. That's fine.
Exactly. There you go.
That sounds
our
cool.
insides need to be as well prepared as our outsides, right?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So how you been?
I've been great. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you as well. We already have somebody commenting here. International Hall of Fame saying hello from Santa Fe, Argentina. Big hug from Ernesto Colbrenner. Thank you, sir. Good morning. And let's see. Let me just say that we are going live through the International Hall of Fame page of Argentina. Okay, you can follow us on Facebook through International Hall of Fame. Just make sure it has a C in Internacional because it's en español.
Sí.
Yes, gracias. And also we go live through YouTube. I'm sorry. We're going through the Kinetic Dragon, not Dragón Kinético. That's in Spanish. So follow us on YouTube through the Kinetic Dragon channel. We're also there. Please subscribe, click on the little bell so you get notifications when we're going live. Like and share this video. That's we appreciate that a lot because that gives us more people, and that's good, right? So and follow us on Facebook through my Facebook page. Master Frank Soto Kinetic Dragon. You can follow us there, please. And today we're going to talk about. You said you wanted to talk about the weather, right? No, I'm just kidding. No. Don't get me started.
The Queen does not approve of today's weather. No, so we will skip past that.
Well, it's springtime already, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I like the heat, man. Bring it on.
It's not hot yet there?
No, not really. I mean, we've had some warm days, but not lizard rock days like I like.
Right.
Yeah.
That's because you're hot.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, and talking about hot ladies, look at that. Aha.
Oh, geez. What was I doing? I must have been doing a form, for a test.
That's definitely form 4.
That's form 4 for sure.
Isn't it? No, on form 4.
I think so.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
A circling fence because you're facing the other way.
Yeah.
On the left side.
Because I'm going out to the pub, but I wonder, was it 4? Or was that
form 4 with circling fence, and then from there you go into reversing circles.
Gotcha.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
And who's back there? Is that Eddie?
It looks like Eddie sitting there. Oh, sweet Eddie. Hot hands, Eddie. Best hot hands in the studio.
And now let me take you a little bit further back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Robert. I was just out there to his house the other day.
Really? How's he doing?
I was out there on the weekend. He's doing good. Yeah, he's retired now. from teaching.
Okay.
And I think he's still teaching classes at one of the, like a satellite class to one of the prisons, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Some of the stories that he hears, you know, during the day, and just how they're trying to better themselves. But unfortunately, due to COVID, they're not able to get the materials right now. So he's kind of like in limbo. They're all in limbo, waiting to see how it all opens up. So hopefully he'll get back to it, because, you know, he loves teaching for sure. But he was just kind of burned out on that drive going to Blythe every day. So yeah, but he's good.
I want to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one.
I really, really want to. So after this, please give me his contact and I will call him. Not live, of course, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I would love to have Robert here.
Yeah. Learned a lot from him.
Let's see. Look at that one.
Oh, wow. That's a great picture. Oh, my friends. Amy, Sabina, Manuel, Alex, Jeffy.
I think that was your
was that after? Yeah, no doubt after a test.
Yeah. That was when Manuel got his first degree black belt. I got my second.
Yeah.
And you got your black belt as well. Wasn't it?
No, that was probably first brown, I think. Yeah, or no? Was it black?
No, I'm not sure.
Not sure. Picture, I look like I have my black. Oh, I do. I have 2 stripes on in that picture. Because that's James on the end, yeah, and that's
right.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I must have gotten my second.
Thundering Hammers.
Sorry.
Poor Frankie. Yeah, you're beating me. That's me, definitely.
Hey, you were my teacher. It's all your fault.
Yeah, agreed.
I blame you. At least I wasn't crying in that shot.
And then I found this one. Look at that one.
Oh, I love that.
That's in Huntington Beach.
Yeah, Frankie and my Alicia.
Yeah. and Damien sent us this one.
Oh boy. Okay, so that was the last time I think Damien was in town, I believe. And we were all down in Huntington Beach puttering about. I think. I'm pretty sure. That might have been the last IKC or something down there.
So I wanted to ask you, I know that Kenpo has really changed your life because we have talked about this, but how does, you know, can you be like more specific what Kenpo has done for you?
Sure. I got into this while pregnant with my daughter. So I was there because of the boys. They were doing their private lessons and just kind of got the look, I guess, because Larry saw it. And then my ex-husband at the time signed us all up as a family up to black for my birthday / Christmas present that year. But I couldn't start until after the pregnancy because it was something new and I couldn't incorporate anything new into my workout regimen. So I waited till March the following year. 96 is when I started my first class. And it was literally, I would say, instantaneous. Like I felt different right off the bat. And by different, I found out years later, of course, I was back to who I was. You know, it woke me up again because I was a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife at that point. 3 kids under 9, so I was busy, you know. But it was just,
I bet.
Yeah, it just woke me up again and turned me back into who I was when I first moved here. So it was
a beast,
life altering. Yeah, who knew it was in there, right? But it was one of those things where, and Miss Dorian, I can't say her name. Doreen DiRienzo. Thank you very much. Sorry. I love her to death. Her podcast was amazing that day. she mentioned just the things that women bring on to the mats, and it wasn't anything that I thought of at the time up until she mentioned that. And we do bring a lot, between our monthly issues with our bodies, and then to go through the change on the mats, or being pregnant, in the studio, and watching your kids kind of going through their changes, and then having them grow up on the mats after they stopped training, but still would come in because they had to, with me now being hooked on it. And it was just life altering. I went through a divorce on the mats. I lost my oldest son. I wasn't training at the time, but I always knew it was home. If I needed any of
Right.
that boost that I couldn't get from my own family because they're on the East Coast, I knew I could always go home to the studio and get my spirit back. And
Nice.
we taped a really special thing for Matt at the studio when it was in Old Town after it moved to the lake, and we were sharing it with the yoga studio. We filmed something really special there, and Larry
Right.
gave him his honorary black belt, and that was really, really special for all of us. And the kid and Amanda and Stevie were there for that. So it's always brought me home and back to my center whenever I needed it. So yeah, I mean, life altering friends, new family, basically. I always referred to Larry sometimes as dad, because he really was, for when I needed, that person to be there for me. He was
Nice.
just my dad. And you guys were my brothers, and you were always there for me. We kind of changed. You all changed your routine around to still include me, where you would come to the house instead of going to, Old Town like you guys were used to doing after group class. Once I became single, it was one of those things where I had to be home. So you guys were, we'll just come to
Hey,
your
and
house.
we hated it for sure. Yeah, right. We had an amazing time there. Come on.
It
There
was
was no
so funny.
sacrifice. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was great. We had some really good Wednesday and Saturdays in that house, and then just
And
watching you all grow too, as teachers, and some of you are fathers now. It's really interesting to see how all of that, from my perspective as a newbie, because I always feel new around you guys. I'm a forever white belt. I don't care how many stripes I have on a black belt. I am forever a white belt around you guys. Um, and I have no problem with that. I love it when we're together and learning just more about what I thought I already knew. It's just always something that I can get from you guys, and I love it.
well, I was when talking to Grandmaster Doreen the other day,
Mm-hmm.
right, in the podcast,
Yeah.
and I did mention for me how important it was to get. It's going to sound really bad, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not bad at all. To
Mm.
get beat up by women
Oh no,
on
I remember you saying
on
that.
the
Yeah.
mat, you
Yeah.
know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
because um, being able to understand, but to feel
Mm-hmm.
what a woman
Mm.
can do
Mm-hmm.
in terms of power, accuracy, speed, and
Mm-hmm.
just defending herself.
Yeah.
I mean, you of course you can understand up here that it can happen, right? But
Sure.
unless you experience it firsthand,
Yeah,
then
it
you
is
say,
different.
okay, I'm truly a believer. That's what I always say. I'm your fan
Yeah.
because I am truly a believer. Because I used to dummy up for you for Master Jill, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for Jennifer Chang, for just for anybody, right? I was
Yeah.
usually, yeah, hit me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and some of them were scary.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it,
I
it,
had to
it
be careful.
it's interesting that you say that, because I never understood why there weren't more women on the mats, because we're the ones that are gonna have to use this, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I looked at it. So
Right,
that's the way I went into it. I'm most likely going to have to use it. So I have to get as much out of my training as possible, if not more, because
right,
ultimately I'm going up against a man. I mean, I don't care how strong I am. I don't care about how much weights I lift. And all of that goes out the window in a fight or flight situation. And I learned, I would hear people say, well, it's not real because you're on the mat. I'm sorry, I'm going to call bullshit, because I got hit by you. I got hit by William. You guys are not little men, and you didn't treat me like some frail person that
Nope.
couldn't handle it. You only gave me what you knew I could take. And then sometimes when you thought, okay, she can handle this, then you would turn it up a notch higher, So I always felt like I was getting exactly what I was going to get on the street, minus the element of the surprise of it. And
And
if I could survive this surprise, I
right.
felt like I would be okay. Like
You
getting
got
cold cocked, of course, is going to be like, what the? But once you get your shit together and you're not knocked completely out, I feel like I might be okay, because I've been hit damn hard. I've been knocked out on my feet. And I've been not KO'd, knocked out, but flash KO'd for sure, where I know I was out. And if I got hit again, I would have been on my ass. So
right.
I've had those experiences, and I know what they feel like. So I don't feel like that part would scare me so much. But yeah, I mean, because of training, I don't know that I would be in a situation where I would be cold cocked, because I'm always on alert around other people. Like I don't walk around paranoid, but I don't walk around a victim either, where I'm not paying attention, or I'm on my phone, or both my hands are, tied up with bags and purses and all that. No, that's not going to happen. And if I do have my hands tied up, somebody's going to get hit with a phone or keys or something. I mean, it's not going to just be, oh my God, what do I do? Both my hands are tied up. No. Or, the old feet are still working. So there's always the feet. But yeah, I feel like I've never carried myself as a victim. So I have a hard time explaining to people what it's like training, because it almost takes that up to another level of awareness, and just your senses are always heightened more. Like I've been out at night where it's darker, of course, but my senses, my nose picks up. Like I'll smell things before I get to them. I've gotten saved in a situation where I smelled someone's cologne before I got to where they were standing, and they were off in some little inlet type situation or alley front. So I went wide around it, because I didn't want to keep, so it's things like that. You'll hear things. I've had keys jingle before they got up right on top of me, kind of situation. So I'm looking around, and they'll go, oh, just trying to get by, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I've just noticed that, and it could be being a mom too. I have no idea. I've heard stories about the hormones changing, and your senses are just like crazy heightened.
Sure.
So it's probably a mixture of the two, which is awesome, because
Of course.
now now you just feel like I'm pretty prepared for just about any situation, I think. I just, yeah, and that's from also hanging out with you guys, well, why aren't you sitting over here? And you're like, well, don't put your back to, certain situations. Oh, okay. I never thought of that. So I learned a lot of those things too, which is just pre-awareness to what you're doing, and awareness of your environment. Just don't put yourself in a situation where you could be in trouble,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think I really believe that Kenpo has this in its foundation, or system, or matrix, or genes, however you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the code of Kenpo, it has this thing that you become a protector.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
So by hanging around a bunch of Kenpo experts,
Mm-hmm.
or crazy men, right? Because we're
but in a good way. Crazy
in a good way, right? Yeah. Obsessive, passionate man, right? More passionate. Passionate sounds better than obsession, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But you get that, you learn that, you develop that beyond the mat, not just, and also the fact that you're not a stranger to aggression.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And thanks for bringing that up as well, because I know there have been women who end up afraid of that, and they stop training because of their power. Like their power scares them. And again, to me, it's like, no, you have to embrace that, because who is the one that's most likely going to have to need it?
Right.
I mean, guys are guys. Most, even like the little 120-pound guy, is still a guy. He's less likely to be attacked than me, and it's like, well, hello, excuse me, what the heck? I weigh more than 120. Why are you bugging me? But that's just life. That's just how society works. So women, please, please get out on the mat. I don't care if you stay, but learn your power and embrace it, because it's
Yes.
it's it's liberating, it's invigorating, it's necessary, as far as I'm concerned. And then especially in the
Right.
times we're living in now, my God, things seem to be getting worse, not better.
Yeah, I
We're
agree.
in 2021 and still watching people dying. It's just but that's another show. But
Right.
yeah, so I feel like we need to take care of ourselves better, and we need to be able to take care of ourselves better, and we need to be okay with going there. Someone mentioned, oh, well, wouldn't you feel guilty if you had to hurt someone? No. Were they hurting me? Were they trying to hurt me? Were they trying to hurt my kid? God forbid that, because that's just on a whole other level of survival and protection.
Right.
But I will go so far, like you can probably say or do pretty much anything up to a point. But once you make me feel threatened, I have no problem doing what I need to do to get out of that situation. I just don't. I wouldn't feel guilty about taking an eye. I wouldn't feel guilty about taking a knee out. You are threatening my person, my physical space, my peace and comfort. I get to do whatever I need to do to get it back.
Right.
So,
Right. Right. And that's why, the first consideration of a fight is acceptance, right?
correct. Yeah. Yeah. That situation is there. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to talk my way out of it. I don't want this. What do you need from me? If it's money, here's my purse. I could care less. There's not a lot in there, but please take it and go. Leave me alone. But once you get to that point where you're kind of like in this area, I got to do what I got to do. I'm sorry, because I backed up. I've tried to be cordial. I've tried to be civil. Tried not to take it there, and I'm not going to stick around to have to explain what I just did. So again, cross out people. That's what it's for. Get the hell out of there. Don't be there when the cops come to have to explain, well, wait, how did you do all this? I don't know, sir. He was there 1 minute and the next minute he wasn't. Well, what did you do? I don't know. I just reacted. That's all they're going to get out of me. They don't need to know my training. They don't need to know what I did. I may not even know what I did, to be honest with you. That adrenaline's going and I'm scared, or in that
Well,
moment of fear and
you
needing to protect myself, I may not know what I did to this person,
right. And
but
you have the right to defend yourself, and you don't have
absolutely.
to. I mean, and it's okay to train self-defense. It's so you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm an expert in this and
Yeah,
that."
exactly. And I'm not, do you have to register? No, I don't know. I remember all that stuff back when I was a kid growing up in Bruce Lee movies, but I don't know if that's real. No
No, it's
one's ever told me I had to register anything, and I'm not going to. It's just not gonna happen.
that's not true, though. That's
Yeah,
just a myth.
yeah, I figured. So
Yeah,
yeah, people that watch movies and think, oh, well, that must be real. No.
right. And you mentioned another important thing. One of the things that makes you a protector, it's actually one of the main ingredients we could say, or it's actually it becomes like a value. It's being responsible. And
Mm-hmm.
you talked about being responsible of, for example, of your own safety
Sure.
and the safety of the people around you. Of
Yeah.
course, we have a law and we have a government and we have police and we have all those other people protecting us,
Right.
but you cannot depend on them because it
No.
just doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
Yeah. And
Okay,
are you going to wait around for them to get
exactly.
there?
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
how
saying.
much time we're talking here. You have to think fast and just be
Or,
willing to do what you need to do. I
or are you
mean,
going to have a police officer right next to you all the time when you go out?
right. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not practical.
No.
I'm not saying we shouldn't trust the police. Of course, I teach the police, but
Right.
it should be like a team effort,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
you're responsible of your own protection, of your own safety, and you also rely to the authorities,
Right.
for the bigger picture, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's
And
just you can't be you can't leave your self preservation in the hands of anyone else. It has to start with you first. I
yes,
mean, that
yes,
goes with having a boyfriend, a husband, all of that. That if that person's not there, then what? And that was a big part of why I was training as well, is because my husband was on the road a lot, so it was just me and the three kids. So if like anything happened, what could he do? He's not there.
right,
So that was one of his reasons to get me signed up. And, I didn't want any part of it because I just thought it was all fighting. And, I don't fight. I don't know what
right,
he goes, no, it's not like that at all. Just come down when you take, the kids, just come in and watch, a class. And then that's all it took. I was, I was hooked once I had to bring them in. But yeah, I mean, I'm not leaving myself peace and protection in the hands of someone else. I just can't afford to do that because I'm not always around anyone.
right. Exactly. I mean, and that's okay. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean when you have developed that protector awareness or consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. You go into a different level of consciousness.
Yeah.
You are responsible
Mm-hmm.
of what goes around you
Yeah.
and how you deal with what goes around you, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And who I let in that space is the other thing. I mean, don't be crazy.
And that's
Don't let words get you in trouble.
and,
Some slick talking person, that can lead to a whole other problem that it once you look around, it's too late to get out of it. And you're gonna have to decide right then and there how you are going to handle this situation that you just got yourself into now.
right. And that's you also mentioned that you never carry yourself as a victim, and that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you don't carry yourself as a victim, because
Yeah.
you are responsible, and
Yeah.
that's what makes you a protector. And you also mentioned being a mom. Of course,
Mm.
you got to be a protector when you're a mom.
Yeah. Yeah, or dad. I mean, your
Of course.
your sense of protection goes way up. I'm sure when you're out with your wife and kid,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just the nature of the beast as a man and as a protector. Now you've got the martial arts training on top of it, which just keys you into all of your senses and all of your heightened awareness. It just takes it to a whole other place. And I even tell people, if you're not going to train, at least be smart. Don't park next to some, creepy van. Don't. And I know you can't always control that, but you can certainly control it when you drive up to the situation. Oh, well, there's a space. It's close. Yeah, but what's next to you when you come out of there? You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
um, Christmas time is the worst. I see so many women. Oh my God, they're just walking victims in the holiday season with their purse open and out, and they're fumbling in it, not paying attention to where they're walking, or bags in both hands, and they're trying to manage, and then they're on their phone, and it makes me crazy. And it's like I just want to walk up to them and say, please just put everything in one hand, or go to your car, put some of that stuff away, and then go back. I mean, it's little things like that that really do make a difference.
Right.
uh,
Right.
Not only be careful where you park, but the time of day that you leave your car, make sure it's going to be in a place that you're okay walking back to at night. That was another thing that I found out by complete experience once, and it was not fun. Like, I realized this is bad.
I bet.
This was not smart for me to park here, not realizing that I'm going to be coming out of here at night. So I was like, literally, my head was on a pivot until I got back to my car, and I looked under it because I didn't trust that someone. I literally, it just freaked me out that bad that I was just like looking all around my car before I got in it because it scared me to death.
Right.
Coming out of there and thinking, oh my God, I didn't think about it's going to be night when I got back to my car. So just things like that, or having my keys out before I leave where I'm going so that they're there and I don't have to putz around in my purse digging for them for someone to walk up on me and do who knows what. So, I say they're little things, but they're big things to me in the grand scheme of things when I know that they've covered my ass more than once.
Right. Right.
You know.
And also, if you go up to any of these women and you tell them, look, don't do this, don't do that, sometimes you get this really bad response like, I'm in a free country.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. I am, what's the word? I've heard this a lot. I have the right to go through there. Oh. Yeah, they don't care about your rights.
Okay. All right. Well, right? I mean, that to the guy with the knife or gun or.
Yeah, what are you going to say? I have the right to not be, attacked. Yeah. So whatever. Right. That's why they're called, criminals.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's who they're looking for.
Because they don't care. They don't care.
Person that's fumbling around or completely unaware of where they're going, and you just have to be smarter than them. Just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot, but you got to be that much smarter than them to get home. And that's basically what it is for me. I want to get home today. I like where I live. I want to get home.
Right. And it's not about your rights. Even Mr. Parker said this a long time ago. He said, on the streets, it's not who's right, but who's left that counts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about your rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
no, absolutely. And
about paying attention and doing the smart thing, right?
Sure. Yeah. So you just have to be willing to do whatever it takes to take care of yourself.
We have some people saying hello.
Oh, okay.
Grandmaster Rafael Medina, congratulations to both of you for an awesome interview. Take care. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a familiar face here. Damien Abbott, Robert Robertson, he taught in my studio in the UK once. No matter what question you ask him, you're going to get an answer that makes you think. It'll never be BS. It'll be based on logic. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Thank you. Okay. Actually, I got to say something. One of the reasons that I have good English, that I can talk nicely, is Robert. I remember when I started in Pasadena actually in March of '96, as well as you did.
Okay, yeah. So right in, same time then.
Yeah, I was there for spring break for us at the Holy Week. So I was there. It was in March. So
interesting.
Then one of the first guys that I met was Robert, actually. And then we became good friends. And I remember every time I said something off, with my pronunciation, right?
Yeah.
Well, he will just, say something. And then I remember once saying, I hope you don't mind. No, I appreciate. Please do so. I mean, so he really told me a lot.
A lot from him. Kenpo wise, life wise, English wise, cooking. That's where I get a lot of my rebirth and love for cooking again, is going out there, hanging out with him and just seeing how he treats himself, And I was like, gosh, I miss cooking. He said, then cook. What are you doing? Just because the kids aren't there to eat it anymore doesn't mean you can't treat yourself right. And I was like, dude, you're so right. So then, all bets are off. I'll cook anything now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm back at it.
Okay, we got Maurice James Howie. Hi from South Australia to you both. Respect. We'll love to catch up again, Angela, and to meet you, sir.
Absolutely. So good to see you, Maurice. Love to the women in your family.
Nice. Okay. Damien says, it's interesting. You said you went to the studio and got your spirit back. I teach or train sometimes, and while I'm doing it, I often don't recognize the person I feel I am. I try not to dwell on that too much, but I'm hoping it's a good thing.
I think it just depends on what it is that it's tapped into. There's parts of my training where I didn't like who I was a lot of the times. And usually it came when I was sparring, which is odd because I didn't even like, that was one of the reasons I didn't want to train, is because I didn't want to do sparring. And I think I liked it more than I expected to. And not to say that that it brought out a bad part of myself. It was just a part of myself that I didn't know was there, and that I liked what it felt like sparring someone, if that makes sense. Hitting the bag, I always say people will hit me harder than they hit the bag, which used to really piss me off because I use the bag to get out that extra bit of energy so as not to hurt people in line once we start working on our drills and everything. But people did the exact opposite. Like they would barely kick the bag and then they would just haul off and kick the crap out of me. I'm like, excuse me. No, that's should be the other way. Let's take some of that off me and put it into the bag, shall we? You know, let's try that next time. But yeah, I think it's just, again, what the art brings out in you when, you know, I think people don't take advantage of being able to just haul off on the bag, because it's for me the best. That's where I get everything that I brought into the studio out.
Right.
I don't want to take that out on you. I don't want to take that out on William. I don't want to take that out on Alicia and Linda. You know, I want to take it out on this inanimate thing, you know, even though sometimes it felt like I was trying to go through it. I was, because I needed to get that energy off of me before I started training, because it blocks me. You know, I can't think when I'm still so like, can we just get to, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to fucking hit, you know. I've been there, and you saw that. And a lot of that was the time during the divorce, obviously. But yeah, it was just a really interesting feeling of power, which I wasn't afraid of it, but I sometimes didn't like who I was with it. So I was always working on that part of myself. I didn't want to like that too much, because that's not what it was there for.
And I have to say, we all have that.
Mm-hmm.
It's in us.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to see it and to experience it on the mat, it allows you to handle it,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to control it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's there.
Yeah.
We all have that impulse,
Yeah.
right? That aggression.
Yeah.
It's part of who we are as humans, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. My only concern with that is getting in the frenzy. That's not what you want to do. You still want to be in control, because if you unleash that on the street and you actually kill somebody with that, that's going to get you most likely more in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Than just saying, listen, I knocked him out, he fell and hit his head, and that's how he died, as opposed to me beating him to death. Way different animals.
Right.
You have to be able to control that. You have to be able to see that in you.
But that's one of the things that training gives you.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that they never train. They're like walking bombs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, right? That's a time bomb. And they're containing. And once they unleash it,
that's right.
They can't control it. And that's when those things happen.
Yeah. That's when the trouble starts.
So by being able to address that on the mat, and to find a way how to control it, I think it's amazing. That's one of the best things of training, I believe.
I think so too. You have to be able to.
Right. Let's see. Nasim Holmes says, greeting everyone.
Hi, Nasim.
Hello. Nasim is going to be on the show in the beginning of next month. So yeah, we're going to have him here. Thank you for being here, Nasim. Fergus Kelly, hello to you both.
Hi, Fergus. How are you?
Rafael Herrera, a big salute, maestros, from Spain, Andalusia.
Hi, Rafael.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Gracias. Master John Ward. Hi, Frank and Angela. Great to see you on here. Best wishes from Ireland. Nice.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah, great man. Great Kenpo.
He is. He really is. Just the nicest.
Yeah, big heart for sure. Let's see, another familiar face here. Maestro Supremo, Scott Higgins. Aloha from Hawaii, Sensei Angela and Frank. I think many of us get caught up in banging, but environmental awareness and technique strategies are not discussed often enough. I agree.
I agree. That needs to be so stressed in white yellow belt areas. I think just each lesson should be something on awareness. Like I said, people at our studio used to get, hammered with crossing out, cross out, and then it was like one day Larry went into it, and it wasn't like he held on to it for any particular reason, but it was for whatever reason it came up, and it was like, oh yeah, because what if you stand there? Now you got to deal with him getting up or recovering or his friend showing up or the cops or whoever, some witness or something that says she went overboard on this dude. Now I got to explain all this to them. But yeah, just simple things. Like I said, having your keys out, being careful where you park, be careful who you talk to, give space to these people that are approaching you on the street. All of that can be covered in our lessons, I think, as white, orange, or white to probably yellow, I feel like. For
Well,
sure.
um, it starts from within, right? So it starts from self-defense,
Mm-hmm.
reaction, the techniques, and all that.
Yeah.
That's like your first circle of defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you start developing that protection awareness, then you have the second circle or like a second perimeter and a third one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening is your consciousness and your awareness is expanding,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I think, and actually, I do teach a lot of this stuff because I teach the police.
Mm.
80 or 90% of police work, it's about our environmental awareness and
Absolutely.
and diffusing, the use of
Mm-hmm.
force. It should be the use of protective force. So you
Right.
have to diffuse the problem instead of just trying to go in and you know
Sure.
bust
Yeah.
the person.
Or kind of
So
escalate when you already know that because you can feel the energy off people the minute you walk around somebody that's already amped up. It's up to them to kind of get in there and say, whoa, hey, let's
let,
let's
let me
just
just
relax a little bit.
let me just stop you right. You can feel that because you're trained.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
True.
saying first when
Mm.
I meant what I know. You know what aggression is because
Yeah.
you are familiar with it. You know when
True.
somebody, it's like because you have also
Mm-hmm.
felt it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And having like, I mean, in the studio, sometimes you get other students or other people that are in that wrong stage that day, and
Sure.
you might get that it happens.
Yeah.
It's not the regular thing to happen, but sometimes it does, and you have to
Sure.
learn how to deal with that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
So yes, I agree, and I think the things that you're saying, the points that you're bringing up, are super important. Um, like awareness, but most of all, I believe that the most important part, I agree with Mr. Parker, is acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Accepting the fact that violence lives around you.
Absolutely. Trying
That
to say it doesn't is you are setting yourself up for big problems. Seriously. I mean, and again, I don't walk around paranoid. I don't walk around like I got some big S or X on my goddamn chest. I just walk around like I know that you're out there. And I know that if I carry myself like I don't think you're out there, you're going to make a beeline for me.
right,
I
right,
don't want to have to deal with you at all. So my focus is very sharp and clear. I know where I'm going when I get out of my car. I know what I'm going to do when I sit down at XYZ place and have my discussions or go in. And I've even gotten odd energy from people that auditions, and I just thought, yeah, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work out for you. All right, so let's just back up a little bit. Give me my space to sign in, and then you can come in behind me and sign in. It's just stuff like that. Like people are just puffing up all the time, and I'm like, why? that's not going to help you at all right now. You were here to audition for whatever, and you're puffing up already. What, like they're
Right.
not going to feel that energy off of you, and maybe they won't. I don't know, but I felt it. I know you came in here with an attitude, so let me sign in and let me sit down. That's all I need to do. That's all I
Right.
want to do.
And that's and that's also, you're handling the right way.
Mm. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm in there to work just like everybody else. I'm not in there to get in some pissing match with somebody.
Or to be pushed around.
Yeah. Or exactly. Yeah. There's that too, because
Right.
they want to intimidate someone so that they can do badly when they go in for their audition. That's another little tactic that they'll use, and it's just, people relax. It's not that serious. We're not splitting atoms. We're just trying to get a role on a TV show.
Exactly. Yeah. And it happens in every area. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just,
it even happens like at the supermarket, for example.
yeah.
Dude, really?
Just pushing in, and it's like, okay.
You know what's weird? It happens even to me sometimes. And I'm saying even because I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
I have this, I can have this mean look, like, right? And some people they just push it. And I looked at them and said, do you see the gorilla standing here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's your point? What are you thinking?
Interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting what's going through their mind at that moment in time. Like, why?
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm a trained gorilla, so I'm nice. But
yeah.
Like if I see a gorilla in front of me, I'm not gonna taunt it. I'm not gonna.
No. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
Don't poke the tiger. Really.
Right.
I mean, but people don't have that common sense sometimes.
No.
It's just weird and funny sometimes to watch. It's like, really?
Yeah.
You're doing that to that guy?
Yeah.
Like, and the other guy is just like,
yeah.
Right? It's like, Jesus. I mean, a little bit of, I should say common sense, right? But it's common sense. It's like the most uncommon sense of all, right?
Yeah.
So, it's very interesting how human dynamics work, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Who's that?
My dog. Trying to get in on the.
Is that how we call him now? Your dog?
No, it's my sweet puppy Toffee.
Yeah, I can hear him. Nice. You should bring it to the camera so we can all say hello to your dog.
Say hi to Toffee. Come here. Come here. He's probably gonna be like, "What is that?"
Look at that.
Here's my baby. Say hi.
Oh my God.
Hi, everybody. Okay, all right, go back.
Not too much. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, let's see. We have more comments here. Paola Romero says, hello, Master Frank and Angela. Greetings from Mexico, from Sonora.
Hi there. Nice to see you.
Miguel Arroyo. Hi, Master Frank Soto. Interesting shot. Wishing you all the best. Congrats. Thank you, maestro.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Paola says, hello. Okay, same thing. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is just so interesting, and I really enjoyed these conversations. You're going to say something, please.
No. I said thank you. I enjoy them too. I love what you're doing. I think it's just really important. Just having so many people now that I never got a chance to know or work out with or train with, but now I get to know a little bit more about them through you, and it's just a great
thank you
tool. I think it's a great lesson in itself. I think everybody has something to share and bring to the table, and it's nice. It's a nice outlet to get through what we've been through the last year.
Right, and the effort here is, and sometimes I mention this, but once you give yourself an opportunity to listen to the other person, you have to open your mind and open your heart, right? And if you give yourself an opportunity to listen to the other person, to what he or she has to say, I can assure you that you will learn a lot. Not just one thing or two things. You're going to learn a lot.
and that we're all on the same page, which when we're all clicked up and studioed up and organizations up, we don't stray from them. And this gives us a way out of that. um, there's associations that probably would not have that I would have known or been interested in hearing anything about until this. Now they're right there, and now I do hear what they have to say. And you know what? They train the same way we do. It ain't that different.
No.
And all before they want you to think that everything's different and that we all do something new, or we all did something better, or we all did something worse. No, we're all learning the same book, for lack of a better word for it.
Right.
Just different teachers. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's no different than the Bible. I hate to bring that up, but it's true. I mean, how many influences are based on that one book? There's so many influences based off one book, off one word, But look how divisive it can be for people. They all read the same one, but they all have got different ideas and different things about it, but it's the same word. Why are you trying to make this something that it's not? So I like this because it kind of gives us all a way to speak on the same book our way, and we still hear what you have to say about it. And find out that we're all training the same way. We are.
Yes.
We're not doing anything different.
No, it's just, details. But most of us are there. We're looking for something similar.
Mm-hmm.
We're fighting something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're not that different from each other.
No. And look at the people Kenpo brought together in any studio. I mean, you've got English professors, you've got engineering students, you've got single mothers, you've got teachers, you've got businessmen, you got policemen, you got Caltrans workers. All of us were like family together, which we probably never would have met under any other circumstance. But now that we've got each other's back for life. I mean, that's never going to change. And that mat did that. That one blue ocean mat brought us together like that. Who would have thought?
Nice. Yeah, agree.
So it's the same thing to me. I think the system is the same way. It brings us all together if we let it. If we let it divide us, of course it's going to do that. But I feel like even in our evolution and our growth, the system is set up for us to do that. It's not that we're changing anything. The system is set for us to evolve with it, if you stick with it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't trained in forever, but I can tell you one thing. I haven't forgotten how to do 5 swords. Haven't forgotten how to do, what I need to do to protect myself. It's in there. Love your hands. But I mean, seriously, it brought us all together, and it keeps us together. Right. And this is another extension, I think, of that. In bringing different organizations and different points of views and different skill levels and different evolution of the art together, so that we can all hear the same thing, that Kenpo fucking rocks.
Yes. Yeah. Let's burn everything with the Kenpo fire. Yes, spread the fire. Come on. Yes. I keep on hearing this.
Kenpo spirit burn. How about that?
Yes, because I keep on hearing this keeping the flame alive thing, and it's not enough anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. Keeping the flame alive, it's good, but now it's time to spread the fire. Absolutely. Yes, burn it all with Kenpo. Yes.
Exactly.
The spirit. What was it you said exactly?
Yeah, it brings me to my spirit.
Yes.
Kenpo does. My training does. Always has.
Nice.
If I feel off, all I need to go down. I take off to the beach, and I'll work long 3 in the sand until it's just all turned up at my feet. I don't care who's watching. I don't care what they think I'm doing. I just work all of it out through that form. I love that form.
Nice. Hello.
Oh, there.
Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Damon says, well said, Angela. We all need more than the Kenpo. Maybe we didn't or still don't realize that, but even as strangers, we recognize it in others.
Yep,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes, yes. So this is just truly amazing. We have a few minutes left. So would you like to add something or share something with the with our beautiful audience that we have here, people watching, the viewers?
Because we're living in such a weird time right now, I just want to say, just be careful, be aware, be good to yourself, be good to everyone around you right now, because we're all going through a really crappy time. Like, it's not just me that's been cooped up for 18 months, you've been cooped up for 18 months, but we're sitting here chatting and talking and having a great time, laughing. That's what we got to do, man. We got to do that to get through this shit, or we're going to be crazy at the end of it, and it's just not worth it. Take the time, sit still, be okay in your own skin. It's so important. I hate that it took 500,000 people dying for people to be comfortable in their own skin. That's really sad. All you have is you at the end of the day. You came in here alone and you're going out alone. You've got to be able to be comfortable in your own skin. Sit with you 5 minutes a day, and then let that time expand. You're good. There's goodness in you. There's goodness in all of us. We have to be able to sit in our skin and find it. So love each other, please. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace, love, and Kenpo.
Yes.
Yes. Don't forget the Kenpo part.
No, seriously, just be kind. It's a really rough time for everybody. Just be good. Just smile. Even if you don't want to, just smile. I can see it behind that mask. Everybody sees mine. They know I'm smiling.
Well, you're kind of obvious in that.
I know. I'm happy. What can I say?
Oh yeah. Well, I got to say this quarantine thing, this lockdown, all the stuff that we're going through.
Yeah.
I hate saying it out loud because it sounds selfish, but it has done wonders for me. And I know it's tough times, and I know people that have gone rough, and we know, and we're going through the same thing. But
absolutely,
it has given me time to get better health, better focus, better direction, better purpose. You name it. It's just and being more time with my family. So if you just focus on not what has been taken away, but focus on what is, because you're always getting something. If there's good, there's bad. It's got to be opposites, right?
That's right.
So if you focus on the good part, you will gain something out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
And we've had enough bad things. Let's focus on the good.
Right. Yes. And you can see, like they said, right, a glass half empty or half full, right?
That's right. Yep.
So this right now, it's time to get all of that cliche phrases out and listen to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And start, applying them in your life. So
I agree. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you very much. I always enjoy so much talking to you. You know that.
Talking to you too.
But I really appreciate your points of views and your insights about, training, life, being a mom, being who you are.
Thank you.
I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you. I can't thank you enough. You're part of it. So thank you.
It's an honor. Really is.
Thank you. Love
you.
Thank
everybody who's been watching this. Tomorrow in Coffee and Martial Arts, we have our section, Budo no Seishin. We're going to talk about is Star Wars a samurai story? That's an interesting one, right? It has some, we shared some, we did that last Monday in Spanish. Now we're going to do it in English, and we share some nice things about it. So if you're a Star Wars fan, watch it tomorrow. We'll be here.
Yeah, sweet.
Thank you again. Thank you, Angie.
Frank.
Big hug, everybody. Take care.
Hi, everybody.
Bye-bye.